Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Who will survive? Wrestlemoviea, yeah, this is our life. Open up. Wrestlemoviea, fighting to survive like that, just like that.
Welcome to Wrestlemoviea, the show where we talk about the swolest theater kids of them all, pro wrestlers, and dissect their movies. I am one of your co-hosts, Hulk Logan Trent, and joining me as always is your other co-host, and his name is
John Reimann.
Kind of appropriate that we're going with the John Cena intro. New WWE champion John Cena, as of this recording.
Is it like,
he won at WrestleMania.
Is it 2006 again? Or 2004,
Yeah.
whenever he was? And then he was
'cause
champion for like 10 years?
Yeah, because today the movie we'll be diving into is 2006's The Marine, the first debut feature from WWE Studios.
Was this their first one?
Yeah, I believe that this was the first that they released, because like before it might have been like co-productions and stuff. So yeah, this was kind of a big gamble on that. But that brings us to our first segment. Where were you on the card? Which we're going to talk about where the pro wrestler and other actors in the movies were at their respective careers. So at this point, this is kind of like John Cena's huge now, but there was a point in time where he almost got booted off of the main roster in WWE altogether because he just didn't have a character. He came out just saying, I have ruthless aggression, and he wore like jobber bum ass regular tights and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Then apparently one day Stephanie McMahon heard him freestyling on a bus and was like, you should just do the rap stuff. That's much better. And that's when he started to take off. So, yeah, this is about, like, early in that rap part of the career. They actually had to write him off so he could film this movie, and they did it by having him get stabbed in a nightclub by Carlito's bodyguard, because, you know, that's what pro wrestling is.
I actually got to see a, because my friend Jerry Stefanitz has a regional wrestling promotion in Virginia. I actually got to see Carlito one time. He did that whole apple spit and everything. It was great.
How big is he, like, in real life when you see him? Because
he's bigger than us.
They look huge on TV, but they probably look even
Carlito's
way
like
huger in real
medium
life.
sized for like a wrestler.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
he's bigger than us. I mean, like,
Yeah.
the medium sized wrestlers are still like defensive end size. They're huge. So yeah, he's probably like 6'4" at least, I would think, or 6'3".
Yeah.
He was pretty tall.
I think kind of before we go, were you watching pro wrestling in this era, like with like WWE stuff? Because I think this was like the beginning of me bouncing out for a couple of years because of the Muhammad Hassan character.
I don't
which
blame
I did
you.
Not really like.
I don't.
Yeah,
wasn't he
so-
Italian and from Canada or something
Yes,
like that?
he was an Italian playing an Arab who then got booted off because they had a thing where his
His terrorist
disciples
organization.
kidnapped the Undertaker.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Vince. Well, he's gotten in trouble now, so we don't need to talk about him anymore. He is in trouble, and we'll just get it out of the way, a big pile of garbage. But he did churn out some entertaining and head scratchers. But no, I had probably stopped watching at that point. I watched a lot when I was a kid, and then I started up again in college. It was like 98. It was like right at the start of the of the Raw,
Attitude.
the Attitude Era. And I think I tagged out when Stone Cold turned heel, and I was just like, "Oh, you guys just aren't even taking this seriously anymore." So I didn't want to be in that world where Stone Cold was a bad guy, simping for Vince McMahon.
A lot of people dislike heel Stone Cold. I thought it was great because he's legitimately funny. So he was actually really funny as like a craven heel. Like he knew exactly what to do funny shit on there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a little bit of fun. But yeah, I don't blame a lot of people for bouncing because sometimes you just want to see Stone Cold whoop some ass.
Yeah,
So,
it was always the best. Him and The Rock. And also they were like making Triple H, like, I made a joke about Cena being champion for 10 years, but it started the
reign
Triple
of
H.
terror.
Yeah, I thankfully missed the King of Kings. Remember when he called himself Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Came out in like
really leaning into that.
barbarian wear.
I don't think I've ever seen a guy try harder to be cast as Conan the Barbarian than not have that happen.
And then they
Like,
just give it to
every
Jason
intro-
Momoa before we knew who Jason Momoa was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I knew who Jason Momoa was because I watched Baywatch Hawaii.
Oh,
So,
really? I didn't know that he started on that.
It is so funny because on there, he's like, you see Jason Momoa now, go look at a picture of him on Baywatch Hawaii. He's clean shaved, has short hair, and just looks like the most like Abercrombie and Fitch model because that's what he was at the time.
They told
So
him to tone down the Samoanness.
When he started going full like bearded biker thing, like it was just a complete change for me. I was like, "Oh, what?"
And it was
okay.
and it was the change that we would all prefer.
Yeah.
Honestly. And that's going to tie in a lot to today's movie as far as being yourself and playing the correct character for you.
Yeah. Also in this film is one Robert Patrick.
Good God, if he wasn't in this movie, I'd have shot myself in the face.
It would be unwatchable, completely unwatchable without Robert Patrick. He is doing Herculean levels of lifting everything up, and also he's just chewing scenery left and right. He is having a blast.
This is the first of 3 collaborations he had with John Cena, actually. Because obviously there's Peacemaker, but he also did an episode of Psych.
Underrated show.
That show is so friggin' good, start to finish. But movies are the movies are kind of But he played one of the detectives, Juliet O'Hara's brother. And they have to go on an army base, and Robert Patrick is the commander of that army base. So he's acted with Cena a few times.
It's kind of funny because like Robert Patrick is in a weird point in his career because he's been open about like his issues with substance abuse, kind of like blowing his post Terminator 2 opportunities, but like. This was filmed in 2004, but it didn't get released for 2 more years. But right before this, he would film Walk the Line, which is a multiple Oscar-nominated film.
Yeah.
And then right after this, he would film Flag of Our Fathers, which is also a multiple Oscar-awarded film. So,
not to be fair, not for him, but he was good in both.
Yeah, but like the quality of filmmaking sandwiched in between this.
Yeah, he's up for it, man. He was up for it in this movie, and he's polishing the shit out of a turd in this one, man. He's just really trying.
I'm gonna say he probably got paid more for this movie than both of those.
I don't know, man. We're talking about Vince here.
He's a lead in this, though. Like, and this one, the first WWE production, they actually shelled out more money than you would think. So I think the budget on this was, give me 1 second. It was $15 million, which, I mean,
I guess
there's not a lot going on, but I'm guessing he got an okay amount of change on that versus 2 supporting roles.
Speaking of Psych and the fact that, I think Raw was on Was it on USA? This looks like a USA.
Yeah.
This looks like a made for USA movie. Like if you told me this was an episode of Burn Notice, I would have believed you. Except Burn Notice had better production value.
This is very much 2006. It looks, for me, it feels more like an episode of Fastlane. I don't know if anyone remembers the show Fastlane from Fox at the time.
Nathan Fillion was on it?
No, that was Firefly. Fastlane was the ripoff of Miami Vice.
Oh, okay.
It was, it was by Mick G. So if you've seen Charlie's Angels, you could imagine what a TV show by Mick G would be like.
Probably be pretty cool, honestly.
I actually enjoyed it. It was fun for what it was.
Mick G makes some. There's some good, like as far as action popcorn garbage goes. They're pretty fun usually.
Mick G is Brett Ratner if Brett Ratner was not shit for me. Because I like the Babysitter movies. I've enjoyed like some of his other stuff. The Charlie's Angel movies were fun, you know.
They were
I
okay.
did not like Terminator Salvation. Obviously, that was...
No, I didn't. I didn't even see that movie. I saw Terminator 3 and I was like, that's enough.
Yeah, so in regards to their careers and stuff, like, yeah, this is firmly in the Robert Patrick, like, supporting actor role, but he actually gets to be a lead in this, so I'm guessing it was probably a lot of fun for him.
You can tell he's having a little bit of fun. You can tell.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, you just want me to play an impossible...
John Cena's here.
Yeah, you just want me to play an impossible cartoon character and asshole? All right, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. This is the smallest inkling of John Cena having any type of, like, you see what he does now, you really wouldn't gather that from this movie because it's not playing to his strengths.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're saying that we got some kind of an inkling of John Cena in this? I don't think we did.
No. Yeah, like, you get an inkling that he can say lines, but that's it. I mean, you kind of see that with some of the reviews.
The opening of this movie, okay, I don't know if we're going to save this for later, but the opening of this movie, this just speaks to John Cena and how, like, I was introduced to, like, oh, this is not going to be good. When the title The Marine comes up, it's him standing in his dress blues, looking like someone is pointing a gun at him off camera. Like, he just looks absolutely terrified. And then he whips up this salute like his dad's going to beat him with a belt if he doesn't do it right. He looks so uncomfortable. It looks like he's been kidnapped and forced to be in this movie.
That's the
first thing we see.
There's a very specific reason for that, and we're going to get to that in our next segment. Don't work yourself into a shoot, brother.
No, you don't want to do it, bro.
This is the part of the show where we're going to talk about weird backstage stuff, behind the scenes things, and, you know, reception of how the movie came out at the time. So, the reason that John Cena looks so uncomfortable into this is, quote from John Cena, Vince McMahon said, "Hey, I'm going to send you to Australia." And I said, "Okay, what am I doing?" He says, "Well, you're going to be in a movie." I said, "Okay, when?" And he said, "I gotta send you in 10 days. And I pretty much left this meeting, packed my bags, and went to be in movies, which I knew nothing about.
Yeah, that works.
Vince just randomly grabbed him, told him he has 10 days to leave and go shoot his first film. The reason for that is that this was originally supposed to star Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, so
not John Cena.
Stone Cold was supposed to be running through the woods for 45 minutes.
Yeah, so Stone Cold said he was talking with Slash Film about the another WWE movie that we'll probably talk about later, The Condemned. He said the first one he was supposed to be in was The Marine. He got the script and I was like, I'm really not into this, so I passed.
This thing's a piece of shit.
Yeah, so that look of terror in John Cena and him not knowing what to do with his hands and everything else in the movie is just because he literally got told 10 days before he had to leave to go shoot this film, hey, you're going to be in a movie that's going to be in theaters.
But we got some real hot ladies in there, and the script doesn't make any sense. It's going to be a great time. We're going to shoot Australia for South Carolina.
In regards to reviews at the time, Nathan Rabin from AV Club said, the Marine subscribes to the notion that there is no such thing as a gratuitous explosion, which is completely accurate. Scott Tobias said, the Marine often feels like an oddball black comedy about a dysfunctional band of sociopaths just masquerading as an action movie about one tough Marine. Which, I kind of see what he says, but the problem is that oddball black comedy is also terrible.
Yeah, he is.
And then I think
he is correct, though. Nothing, and we'll talk about this later, but nothing Robert Patrick does makes any goddamn sense.
Oh, yes. These are the worst criminals I've ever seen.
Yes. Yeah.
I think my favorite review blurb comes from Eric D. Snyder, who says, the people who see The Marine will see it because it features John Cena, and those people will not be disappointed. The movie does, in fact, feature John Cena.
They can't take that away from him.
The most accurate review I've ever heard of this film.
It's definitely something that was shot on film with John Cena in it. That is 100% true.
Not surprising enough considering how, mid this production was and how rushed it is. There's not really a lot of conversation regarding the filming or any of the backstage stuff. I will say that the director of this, I went to go see what else they did, and it looks like they just did a bunch of episodes of like Raw and ECW on Sci-Fi Channel. So I think he was just an in-house WWE director who Vince probably also brought in. It was like, hey, you're directing a movie. You got to leave in 10 days. Go pack your bags with Cena. So,
Vince is just like, we don't need professionals. I've got a guy. He's like always been like I've got a guy. We can pay him next to nothing. We don't even need to feed him. And he's always been that guy. And I'm not surprised there's not a lot of conversation about the filming or production or backstage, because I don't think there was any during the production or filming. Or,
I was honestly surprised
or the writing of the script.
I was honestly surprised this was a union production, considering how much Vince hates unions. So,
was it a union production? Because he went to Australia. I don't know what those laws are down there.
I mean, WGA and DGA had to be involved, but
maybe.
I
don't know.
Oof.
He's going to try to find a way around that shit.
Yeah. So, with that lack of backstage stuff, let's just hop right into our next segment, which is...
Ooh, the cream of the crop.
This is the segment where we're going to talk about notable scenes that are just bad, funny, or just plain old weird, and there's a lot of bad in this movie.
I took so many notes on this. I took notes like I was going to be on best bad movie ever with Tom and Dave, but it's just like this,
except there's no best part of this.
This is not the best, and it's not even a movie, I would argue. But holy God, I mean, like I took copious amounts of notes. I guess let's like just let me see what some of these. Yeah, we've already like. I know you like the opening scene. Intro. I know you like the opening scene.
Before the opening scene, the audacity of the WWE logo at the beginning, like it just flashes on like it's this prestige logo for a studio.
This is like orchestra warming up. Oh man, how dare you? How dare you like lie to us and in any way try to tell us that this is film?
This is like 2 years before Marvel Studios was even a thing, so you don't even have like that. It's just like they were feeling it for the Marine. And then it, like you said, it jumps into the porn parody of a Marine ad for TV with John Cena just saluting.
Yeah.
So
that opening is so fucking stupid. Why did they need to show us in his dress blues? Why? Like, just so much of this movie is just like what, like they're delivering what like a 14-year-old like thinks a Marine is. Like, honestly, because he always saluted before he came out, I thought that this was John Cena's idea. Like, I want to be a Marine in a movie. I did not know that he was basically forced into this. But
this was before he was doing the salute and hustle stuff. This was back when he was just Doctor of Thugonomics and releasing like shitty rap albums.
Yeah,
so,
they were shitty. I didn't know how good he was. I was like, he can't be that good.
He's not that bad, but he's not that good either.
Yeah.
It's the perfect, like, he's below the Bubba Sparks level of like rap, because I actually thought Bubba Sparks had a couple of good hits and stuff, but he's like definitely better than he's better than some of the white rappers that would pop up around this era.
Yeah,
but he's still not good. Like,
nowhere near on the level of
for
anybody, really.
For all of the jokes that they have about him just being like even swoller Mark Wahlberg, he is a better rapper than Mark Wahlberg ever was.
I would argue now he's a better actor than Mark Wahlberg. Actually, take that back. I take that. No. I don't want to throw any shade at his acting ability, but maybe a better person than Mark Wahlberg. He didn't beat anybody's eye out of his skull.
As far as I know, he's never been convicted for beating a minority in the middle of a street for no reason. So yeah, I'd say he's a better person.
Yeah.
This movie opens with him.
In a scene I know that you liked probably a lot. It's very sensitive portrayal.
I was like, oh, so we're gonna start my day with a movie attacking me with a hate crime. Let's go. Yeah. So. Him just having a siege in the middle of Fallujah to go rescue some Marines who are going to be beheaded by the most terrorists of terrorists.
Yeah, I think they even threw in a couple Allah Akbars in there. So
yeah, I will say I was surprised.
That's the only word that they know.
The Arabic wasn't the worst compared to most movies that have this for like the brief 3 seconds that we hear it, which was surprising. This also takes place in that fantasy reality where where John Cena gets in trouble for killing a bunch of terrorists. Yeah. And
Cena, I have that in my notes. Like, Cena disobeyed orders, but to do some cool shit.
Yeah, it's like, you disobeyed orders to save Marines, and you also killed some brown people. This is 2006. We don't respect that.
Yeah.
What kind of 2006 were you in, bud? Like,
there's this new weird liberal military under George W. Bush. I was like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, absolutely not.
They'd have named a street in D.C. after him for that shit.
Yeah. And John Cena plays the terribly named John Triton, which, like, it's not even a good, bad fake name.
I mean, if it was Arnold, that's a good Arnold name. But Cena...
No, because, like, Arnold has, like, John Matrix. Like, that's a great fake name. But, like, it's stupid, but it's fun. Triton's just dumb.
I would argue with you on that, because... if this movie had starred Arnold Schwarzenegger, first of all, it'd have been 10 times better. But also, if he came out and his name in a movie was John Triton, we'd be like, okay, fuck, yeah, let's go. But Cena, movie, the WWF hasn't earned that name yet. You don't have the cachet to pull that name off. I would argue that he doesn't.
I will counter that with Arnold Schwarzenegger has starred in a movie exactly like this. It was Commando, and he was John Matrix, which is a better fake name. Because it's literally the same plot as Commando, except the wife is substituted with child.
Shit also happened in Commando. They're just walking through the woods talking, and then just cutting to John Cena running through it. For like 45 minutes. He's not even in the movie that much. It's basically just Robert Patrick being a cartoon character, killing his own guys and making every wrong decision he can. I mean, holy shit. When we're introduced to Robert Patrick, I do want to talk about this Robert Patrick tracking shot. This guy loves his tracking shots. Mm-hmm. For like 5 minutes. Him getting out to his real cool guy music and strolling over into a diamond exchange in South Carolina? No. No.
You know, the hub of diamond industry in South Carolina, of all places.
Yeah, no. A meth district.
The easily affordable filming location of South Carolina. This budget did not have New York City money in it.
It didn't even have South Carolina money. They filmed it in Australia.
True. Yeah. This movie, as you mentioned, there's like a lot of tracking shots. There's also a lot of like rip-off Michael Bay shots in here. Although I will say they're actually done better than some rip-off Michael Bays. Yeah.
I would argue he doesn't. If you guys can't tell, I did not enjoy myself watching this movie.
So after John Cena gets discharged for, killing terrorists at a time where he would have probably gotten like a Medal of Honor or something for his actions. Doing cool shit. Fox and Friends would be decrying this, that he got fired. So he comes back home to his wife, and while this is happening, a robbery of a diamond exchange happens, and it is just a ridiculous scene. Jesus Christ.
They have 2 inside people that didn't matter.
No.
Robert Patrick, in order to get them to open a vault with a clear glass door on it, he takes this woman hostage to make the guard open it. But when the guard opens it, oh no, it turns out she's part of the plan. She's part of the team. And they're going to rob him. And then he goes in there to rob the diamonds. And the guard is in on it, too. It's like, what was this?
That brings me to one of my favorite parts, is when the guy says, very audibly, so that every hostage can hear, hey, you got to hit me. Make it real for the cops. Yeah. I don't know. And then Robert Patrick rightfully shoots him in the face, because clearly this guy doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. Like, maybe don't say that out loud in front of the dozens of witnesses who aren't part of this fucking heist that's happening right now. No?
God.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, man. And it was just like, first of all, like, when he's going in, he's stealing all these diamonds. I'm like, dude, I want to follow these guys and not Cena's boring ass. Which apparently the movie thought too, but like I was like, why do I care that they're robbing? Why are they bad guys? Because they're robbing a diamond exchange.
They robbed a diamond exchange, and then instead of just, getting in their car and immediately driving off, they wait for the police to come, and Robert Patrick unloads on this fucking cop car. Like, basically, all of the people in Heat when they were shooting is just one Robert Patrick on one cop car in this scene. And then Dozer from The Matrix unloads a fucking missile launcher That is definitely Dozer from The Matrix. He unloads a missile launcher that blows up the shit out of this cop car because, as Nathan Rabin said, there is no explosion that is too gratuitous for this movie.
Oh, yes.
That is explosion number 1 that we see in this so far. You could have just left.
And now you killed 2 cops. I mean, now you're just he's showing that not only is he a thief, but he's a maniac. So the cops, it's going to bring that much more heat down on him, which makes a decision he makes later even more baffling.
They try to make it like in the beginning because they have, we've got 2 inside people. Look at how smooth when we're walking and doing all this stuff. All that. And they immediately just show, no, these people are just incompetent idiots. Like, it's the laziest and dumbest heist that you could possibly pull. Like, there's no nuance whatsoever. There's that one scene in the Simpsons in the Hellfish episode where like they have that master assassin who's like, there's more than one way to kill a man, but the final way is like more intricate than a well-played game of chess. And then they just cut to him with a shotgun blasting everything in the nursing home. That is this crew.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Robert Patrick just walking around with a smirk on his face. And they played more human than human because it was like, 10 years too late. And they kept in the sex sounds. They kept in the porn sounds. Which is funny because it immediately cuts to a sex scene with John Cena and his wife in their bedroom. And this geography of this sex scene makes no fucking sense. Well, yeah, they start in the bedroom and then they end up in the kitchen.
They start in the living room. He hoists her up, takes her to the bedroom. They're fully clothed. Then they're in the kitchen in their underwear. Then they go back to the bedroom to presumably have sex. So they went there for foreplay and decided to get naked in the kitchen and then go back to the bedroom to complete having sex. Because I'm assuming Cena maybe needed a protein break to keep up the physique in the kitchen. Is that it? He had to grill up some chicken breasts.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
maybe they just really wanted to make their kitchen really gross. I don't know.
So now that he's out of work, John Cena gets a job working as a security guard at a nondescript just place of business.
Right,
And we're introduced to my favorite character in this movie, the Drake.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, some woman's shitty, rich guy boyfriend named the Drake comes in and goes up to go and talk shit to her and call her a whore. And then says, well, she's like, oh, I'm at work. He's like, yeah, isn't this a whorehouse? Which, beautiful dialogue. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Vince has used that line on somebody before.
Cena and his security guard coworker go up and try to stop the Drake, who's all of 5'8" and has the audacity to talk shit. He first calls the other dude, who's huge, by the way.
Yeah, his partner is like the same size as Cena. I'm like, I wouldn't have talked shit to him either.
So here's the thing. That guy actually is in the show Gotham, which Tom will probably eventually see with Jeff on Tom and Jeff Watch Batman. He plays a huge mob henchman who turns into somebody, but I don't want to spoil it. But he is gigantic, and he just calls him Pork Chop. And then when John Cena tries to grab him, I think he tells him hands off, jock or some shit. He's just talking all types of shit to these guys.
It's shades of No Holds Barred, where people are just randomly talking shit to Hulk Hogan like he's not the size of a Buick.
Yeah, it's the fucking goons from Terminator 2 who just talk shit to a giant naked Austrian who's just walked into their bar instead of being like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna let this one go. Yeah. Or the punks in Terminator 1.
Bill Paxton. And Shao Kahn.
Yeah, I love when people in action movies just have no problem shit-talking 6'4" brick shit muscle houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a staple.
They take the Drake down to the lobby, and then they start fighting with him and his two bodyguards. And then my favorite thing happens. The Drake gets fucking thrown through a glass window.
He had it coming, man.
And instead of dying like a normal person would, he literally immediately gets up, dusts the glass off of his body, and says, I am going to own this place in the morning, and you two better show up for work on time, because I'm going to fire you. And then just turns around and walks away.
Yeah.
10 for 10. No notes on the Drake.
I know. He's got to be a relic from the original script that Vince wrote. Vince had some input on this, and that is a Vince character. That is a Vince line. That character shows up in every WWE movie in one form or another.
It's just amazing, though. It's like, he gets thrown through there. He no-sells being thrown through a glass window. Like a plate glass window. He should be dying or bleeding or whatever. He just gets up. The glass is still in his hair. He looks at him, talks shit, and then just walks away like nothing happened. This guy is amazing. He takes a beating better than Cena does throughout this movie.
He's just lucky that this wasn't the Marine starring New Jack.
Yeah.
No selling going to the glass. Oh boy, now I really want this movie to have New Jack in it.
That would have been a choice.
That would have been a crazy movie.
So Cena obviously gets fired, and his friend just takes him back home, and his wife decides to suggest, hey, let's get away from things, because his ass beating of the Drake was so prominent that it apparently made the nightly news.
Also, I want to point this out. He is I'm assuming Force Recon or some kind of Special Forces Marine. He would get a job at, I guess back then, Halliburton or Northrop Grumman or Blackwater, immediately coming out of the military.
His war crimes would be a benefit on his resume back then. He would be making six figures he would not be working lobby
security.
Doing goddamn office work. Security. Yeah. No.
Absolutely not. He would not. This was the height of Dick Cheney and George W. Bush. This is when being a mercenary was booming business then. So, man, that I just wanted to point that out real quick because that was
he would be hired by Blackwater and would be right back committing war crimes in the Middle East by nightfall of his first day of getting off of the job.
Yeah, well, you're gonna turn right back around and you're gonna do the exact same thing you got fired for, except you're gonna get paid very well to do it.
So the terrible crew led by Robert Patrick needs to go meet for a rendezvous to sell the diamonds that they have, and we start the beginning of the worst ongoing joke in this entire movie. So Dozer goes to pick up. No, even worse than that's bad too. But yeah, I'll have statements on that later. But so Dozer goes to pick up a getaway car, and he's offered a minivan with wood paneling because it's inconspicuous. I will argue that that's actually the most conspicuous looking minivan. It looks like a pedophile's minivan. Just give him an SUV.
Not for a diamond heist, though.
Yeah.
Not for a diamond heist. So they're like, well, that's not the guy we're looking for. We're looking for diamond robbers. That's a pedophile.
Yeah. So instead of taking that, he swipes a Cadillac from the chop shop with a Vegas bumper sticker, which is important because it plays into a scene later.
Does it?
But before that, we learn that he hates rock candy. Dozer has had a bad experience with rock candy.
Jesus, I forgot this pops about up this. Oh,
yeah.
This is a Vince thing, too. It has to be.
This is absolutely a Vince McMahon joke. He mentions rock candy and gets a 1,000-yard stare. I hate rock candy. And he doesn't mention it until later on, and we'll talk about that later. So he takes the caddy and they leave. So Cena and Mrs. Cena Triton and Mrs. Triton, gotta respect the characters, go on their road trip, and they end up at the same gas station as these robbers while they're both filling up. And a cop pulls up behind the robbers, notices the Vegas sticker, and the cop is probably the worst actor in this movie.
Yeah, he's the guy from the Liberty Mutual commercial, unironically.
He's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, Vegas?
Oh, bro, that's pretty good.
I have a brother in Vegas. And again, these are supposed, at the beginning, we present these as, cool customers. They know what to do. And Robert Patrick, while he's robbing, the jewelry exchange, is very talkative and a chatty Cathy. Is like, if you guys just keep calm, nothing bad's gonna happen. And
he tells everybody to keep calm, and he's the one that doesn't keep his cool ever.
Yeah, he cannot bullshit his way through 30 seconds of small talk with
about one of the most famous cities in the world. You can make
I like
something
gambling.
up.
That's why I got that.
And if you tell me that he's never been to Vegas, I'll call you a goddamn liar. Robert Patrick's character lives in Vegas. He lives in Vegas.
He is Vegas sleaze.
Yes.
He has lived on the strip.
Shit goes south.
He can't bullshit his way through a 15-second conversation with the dumbest cop alive. And Dozer immediately loses his cool and just shoots the cop in the back of the head. With nothing. even like displaying that Robert Patrick is like losing it or like, oh man, we need to take care of this. Dozer just goes out of control, which is like the third thing that Dozer has done that has fucked up things so far. Kind of say that he might be a liability with this crew. Huh?
Again, attitude, to quote Remember the Titans, attitude reflects leadership. And I would like to point out that Robert Patrick has been shooting a lot of people too, unnecessarily.
Yeah. I would like to point out that this cop car is the most bullshit patrol car I've ever seen. It's like a souped up Camaro that looks like a futuristic cop car. Like, I know that cops will have that, but those are usually
No, they don't.
Unmarked shit.
No, they don't.
No?
No, they would not have a manual Camaro.
Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to mention too. It's a stick shift. I have never seen any cop car that's a stick shift because cops don't want it to stall during their stupid chases. Also, most of them probably can't drive stick.
A lot of people can't.
Cops are not very trained well.
No, having been a police officer, I will attest to that. Yes, we were not trained very well. I do know how to drive a manual, but that was because that was my first.
Not
car.
Your cop training.
Yeah, that was not my.
That,
but we would not get like a shitty Camaro that looked like it's a 96. What the fuck?
Yeah. It looked like something that like a dude
like
a bully would drive in like a 98 like high school movie. Like, yeah.
They stopped making Camaros by that time. So this is like,
yep.
They just bought it off a squid from freaking a Navy base somewhere. Sorry.
Oh, also on the back of the Camaro, it has a like just nicely stickered on the back there says donated by your local drug dealer. Because, yeah, that's just a nice little cop touch. I could see an actual police officer vehicle having that.
Yeah, so, this is South Carolina.
Yeah. So,
but no, seriously, that made me laugh so hard because we would have a running joke, and like when I was in high school, because I grew up in Norfolk, Virginia. It's a huge Navy base, and anytime we would like every enlisted Navy guy, like 19, 20-year-old enlisted Navy guy, had one of those Camaros, and we would always see him cruising around high schools looking for girls.
That sounds right.
It was right. I'm telling you, this was a fact. But yeah, man,
so,
those Camaros were 90s Camaros are so shitty. Oh god.
This Camaro also like takes so many bullets before it finally dies. So they shoot up the Camaro. The cop in the car shoots up their car. So they steal John Triton's SUV, which has his wife in it because he was inside paying for gas. They then blow up the gas station because there's another explosion. John Cena gets blown up, I want to say conservatively, 4 times in this movie in the span of 12 hours. His hearing should be non-existent, and his concussion levels should be Chris Benoit levels of CTE by the end of this day.
And especially at the end of this chase, he shouldn't be able to, again, run through the South Carolina swamps for conservatively 3 days. I don't know how long he's doing it. He has like a little Lord of the Rings Frodo adventure. He meets 2 giants that he has to outsmart.
That is true.
Like 2 random meth giants.
So they take off. He takes off in the Camaro, which has already been shot up, but somehow is still completely functional. And he drives, and he immediately says on the radio, "This is John Triton. These guys have blown up a gas station, and they've taken a hostage. My wife." First off, if you're like a responder on the other side of it, who the fuck John Triton gives me no information. I have no idea who the fuck you are. I realize maybe look me up or something. Why are you
on the police band? What the
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir? No, it's okay. I'm a Marine. Oh, and that's a big deal. They're like, guys, this guy's a Marine. They only refer to him as the Marine for the next entire movie.
Yeah. The only time he says that he's John Triton is when he needs to announce it to somebody as if that's a thing that people know. Like, I'm John Triton. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, of the Martha's Vineyard Tritons? Like, yes.
You mean
famous John Triton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Like John McClane in Die Hard, after saving numerous terrorist attempts against our country in numerous cities, has never once been like, I'm John McClane, you know who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. So, also I want to point out, holy shit, that gas station was having $1.74 a gallon. Jesus Christ. Oh man.
Speaking of Die Hard, go back and look at the gas station when Al Powell's getting out. It's like 79 cents a gallon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Oof. During the chase, he does one of my favorite physics don't work this way, you motherfucker scenes. They start shooting at him with like an AK and various assault rifles, and he picks up a bulletproof vest and holds it in front of him like a shield, like Captain America, and the bullets just bounce off of it and don't hurt him at all.
It's like
it
not
is
understanding
incredible.
What it is. He'd hold that bulletproof vest off, the first bullet would hit him in the face. It might not have gone through the vest, but he's not driving that Camaro any further. It's like, oh shit, my eye.
There is a part where he says, we're shooting at him, what do you think we're doing? And then Robert Patrick says, missing, which... Fair. Yeah.
Oh,
there's a lot of
there's a couple lines like that where they're just telling you, it's like, how stupid is this movie? We know it's stupid, and we're going to tell you why it's stupid.
Yeah, you know, it's a good sign of screenwriting where you point out that something is dumb, and then the characters announce that it's dumb, and then they just go about their way without.
Yeah, it makes it okay.
Dumb things.
Like if we say it's dumb, it can't be that dumb. It makes it okay at that point.
So, eventually, after, I think, 700 bullets, conservatively, and then his car ramping off the hood of that SUV, doing a flip, and then crashing into a lake, the car finally dies. So, or a stream, sorry, because this is the swamps of South Carolina or South Australia.
They filmed it all on the same dirt road. They filmed this movie. It feels like they just found places on the side of the road, on the highway to film at.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same, like, 1 mile stretch of highway and the same, like, let's say 500 acres of swampland for the entire film.
Yeah. It's... God, the fucking Marine. God damn it.
Eventually, they take John Cena's wife hostage because they say we need a hostage, which... Why?
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
You've killed everyone who has seen you so far. No one knows who you are. Just go to your little diamond thing and be done with it. You literally have no need. Also, I'm pretty sure if you gave John Cena his damn wife, he'd stop chasing you.
Yeah.
He has no idea that you're diamond robbers.
Just push
he just
her out
knows
of the car while it's
wife.
running and he's chasing you. It's just like, oh, get rid of him. All right. And like push her out of the moving vehicle. I mean, he'd at least pull over or slow down.
He says numerous times, they have my wife. All he cares about is getting his wife back. Give him the wife. See if that works.
Well, I mean, like, this again.
Yeah. Again, the worst crew.
Nothing they do makes any sense.
Yeah, so then we get to the speech that you were talking about.
Which speech?
When Dozer starts to just complain because they rightfully blame him for blowing up stuff. So Dozer starts to go into speech. Oh, stuff gets blown up. Blame the black man. This happens. And he goes on. And it's a speech clearly written by a white person to have a black person say. I mean, like, which is another Vince McMahon staple.
When he's getting the getaway vehicle and he's saying, here's a minivan. He's like, minivan? You know, black people can't drive black people can't drive minivans? And they're like, what should we make them go for instead? Oh yeah, the caddy in the corner. Yeah, it's just so fucking what? Racist ass.
Like, yeah, I really hope Dozer got extra pay for that, but probably not.
I mean, he had to have been. He said the lines. He had to have been okay saying it. I mean, it's. But yeah, that whole speech of like, I'm a black man, I don't belong out in the swamp. I was like, man. I'm
Yeah,
from the
they
South.
then
There are
have Robert
plenty of black people that live in swampy areas down here.
They then have Robert Patrick say, "Why is it that black people always?" It's just okay. We don't need this.
Yeah, we don't need to hear Robert Patrick's opinion on this.
Yeah,
why can't we all just get along?
There is one funny joke in there where it's he's scared of the swamp because he doesn't want to get eaten by a crocodile, and the one of his other crooks says, "There's no crocodiles here," and then they kill another one of their coworkers
for no
because
reason.
He talked too much
for no reason because Robert Patrick is like, well, I mean, we're about 45 minutes into this movie and something needs to happen, so I think you know what's going to happen. Now I'm going to shoot you.
He kills that guy instead of Dozer because he says, you never know when you need a crazy person. I would like to say probably you don't need a crazy person when you're trying to escape
for you
stuff.
Twice already, so...
Yeah. So then an alligator comes out and starts eating that guy, and he said, "There's no crocodiles here. You said that." He's like, "That's an alligator." So, nice little whatever joke. The guy who says that is another. So there's a lot of superhero.
Oh, I know. He's
stuff
Deathstroke.
He was Deathstroke on Arrow,
yeah.
and he also was I forget the name. He's the white orc in the Hobbit movies.
Oh, okay.
Orc
yeah.
guy.
Manu Bennett
Manu
is
Bennett.
his name. Yeah, Manu. The character's name is Bennett in this.
Yeah, they continue the lazy trend of giving characters the same name as their actors so that they don't make it too confusing.
I thought he was actually Frank Grillo at first, and I was like, oh man, we got a Frank Grillo? And then he stood up, and I was like, oh, he's too tall for Frank Grillo. Then I got a better look at his face.
I'm going to say that his casting that's one of the other things that disappoints me in there, because if you've seen him in Arrow and he was in Spartacus and stuff, that dude can do action shit.
Mm-hmm. And
same thing with John Cena. John Cena's a pro wrestler. Like, maybe he's not great at this point in his career in terms of acting, but the dude can definitely do action.
Yeah.
The action's boring in this. There's
so
not a lot
boring.
of good fights or anything. Like you could have made up for the lack of story with some cool action shit, and they don't do that at all.
The only action they have is they just keep cutting randomly to John Cena running through the woods. They do that about 5 times. And
even Dozer, that dude's fucking huge.
Yeah.
He could have had a cool
But
shot.
he's like drunk dad at a Little League baseball game huge.
Yeah. So, they continue their journey of going deeper into the swamp, how the fuck? Yeah, it's a lot of walking. It makes sense that they got the dude from The Hobbit in there, because this is just fucking walking through swampland mortar. Yeah.
So much walking. Well, Cena's running, but
yeah. And then during this, we meet a homicide detective who's been on the trail of these diamond people from the beginning, and who, within 3 seconds of meeting him, you're just like, oh, that guy's clearly in on it.
Yeah.
He's
clearly
an inside man.
His character is also pointless and baffling, but he does say something that made me laugh out loud, and I had to write it down. But someone's like, so, what do you know about these guys? And he's like, takes off his glasses. They're sloppy. I'm like, yeah, no shit, they're sloppy. All they've done is murder everybody so that you can follow a clear path to them.
Before the incident at the gas station and all of that stuff, Robert Patrick is talking to his diamond buyer, and he says, "We got away clean." Really? How? How did you get away clean?
You killed
blew
your
up
known
a cop
associate.
car with a missile launcher.
Also, he kills the guy that was in on it, so they can investigate him and link him back to Robert Patrick. It's just like he's just throwing breadcrumbs and flares up behind him so the law enforcement can follow him. He is the worst. He is the most entertaining character in this movie, but he is the worst diamond thief in anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, no.
Robert De Niro would have shot him if he was in Heat.
It's like a crew made up entirely of Wayne Groves.
Yeah.
From Heat. Like, yeah. Robert De Niro would have just shot. Neil McCauley would not have pulled up with this bullshit.
No.
He's Robert De Niro if Robert De Niro got hit with a brick in the head in the opening scene. It was just dumb for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, so while he's tracking his wife through the swamp, this is where he meets two
random meth giants.
Random meth ogres who knock him the fuck out and just tie him up and then just keep saying, "Hey, cop, why are you here?" And then punching him before he can reply.
Yeah. I mean, they are meth dealers.
Yeah, that is true. You're not expecting great decision-making from two meth ogres.
Not a lot of cognitive function with them. But,
yeah, so it literally is a scene that exists only to pad the time because they needed this to be 10 more minutes for a feature film.
Yeah.
So he breaks out, fights them, kills them, or does he? Yeah, he does kill them both because he explodes the entire thing.
Oh, yeah, the meth lab. Yeah, and he runs out with
because there's another explosion. So then he leaves the meth lab, which blows up.
This is something I wanted to point out real quick because I put in my notes. I was like, sum up the Marine. Nothing happens. Robert Patrick does something crazy. Cena runs through the woods. Trumpets blare. That's the Marine.
Explosions too. That's it.
But yeah. They do it too much. I would say they do it too much.
So, yeah,
you get bored with the explosions because there's like another explosion.
They go to a shack in the swamp.
It's like a bait shop or something like that, man.
The outside looks like a gross ass bait shop, but then when they go inside, it's a nice river bar.
Yeah.
The outside does not match the inside at all. There's 10 tables there. When has there ever been that many people in this fucking bait shop at that time?
Who knows?
They have a jukebox. They have a sponsorship from Miller Genuine Draft because they have a neon sign in there.
I bet that is, and no joking here, because they have those competitive fishing tournaments. I bet you.
True.
I bet you that is a big bar for them. It's a fictional
accessible
place.
only
Why are we
by
talking about
fan
this
boat.
like it's? Why am I talking about it like it's real? I'm just saying. I was like, okay, I can kind of see that, but
yeah, it's accessible only by fan boat, which we see because fan boats also properly come in throughout because the police are looking for this stuff. So
and they're right behind them. Why? Because Robert Patrick keeps killing people.
Yeah. They see this and they say, "Hey, this is empty," and then they leave, and they immediately walk into there and just take over.
But what I was pointing out is that the police are hot on their trail because they keep killing people. If they had just played it cool at the gas station and left, I mean, they had already gotten away at that point.
If they had just thrown Cena's wife out of the fucking SUV and drove away, Cena would never have followed them. Yeah. It would have been done.
Well, his wife was running away. They're just like, she's running away. Oh, fuck her then. I don't care. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. His wife numerous times makes attempts to escape, fighting them. Fist fighting them.
Oh, but Vince was like, we're setting up a sexy lady fight for later on.
Yeah, just let her go. This is a sunk cost fallacy at this point.
Yeah.
You've cost yourself your getaway, you've cost yourself your SUV, you've cost yourself... Yeah. So, when they get to there, Robert Patrick calls up his diamond dealer and does, guess what? I'm keeping everything.
It's not his diamond dealer. It's not his diamond dealer. And
not diamond dealer.
He does it before this. It turns out that he's talking to the cop that's following him. But
this is before we find out it's the cop.
Yeah.
He calls him and he's like, "I'm going to screw you over. I'm not meeting you. These are mine." Then he tells him to hold as he gets a call.
And the guy's like, okay.
Yeah. The guy replies with the most nonchalant, okay, if you were ordering a pizza and the guy's like, "Hey, pizza place, please hold." You're like, "Okay, yeah." And then he takes a call about his cable package, which has just gone through and thankfully includes the sports package.
Yeah.
Just
Oh man,
Not a good
Yeah,
joke.
it's just like, oh yeah, like he's like, yes, I'd like to order a pizza, extra cheese. Like he's like going real decadent with it, you know. It's
Yeah.
like you're a fucking diamond guy.
So the person, and I'm not joking about the cable package. He literally says, "Does the sports channel come in there?" And then the person says, like, "Yes," and he hangs up. So he hangs up on the diamond guy who was on hold the whole time.
Who is supposed to be taking the police heat off of him, which he is just exacerbating with every action he takes. So like the more he kills people, I don't know how to explain this to you, Robert, but like the more cops you murder, the more people you murder, the more they're going to come after you. You kind of need this guy on the inside to help you get out of this. And he's just like, nah, fuck it. I think I like the place I'm at right now. I'm like, you are in a toilet, essentially. What leverage do you think you have here, man? And nothing he does make any sense. And again, guys, he's the most entertaining character of this movie.
So Cena and the cop both end up at the shack, and that's where the reveal happens, that the cop is the guy who's the inside dude with the diamond thing.
Oh, we skipped over the rock candy payoff.
Oh my god, how could I forget?
Yeah, because the cop doesn't show up until he's already gotten Dozer and Deathstroke.
Yeah, so after numerous callbacks to the rock candy and him mentioning how he hates rock candy, we get revealed that he hates swamps and he hates the woods and he hates rock candy because when he was a kid, Dozer went to a camp and there was a counselor who gave him rock candy, and then something, quote-unquote, that he says he should never have accepted. And then they played the Deliverance theme in the background.
Yeah, because, I don't know if you guys know this, but Vince thinks sexual assault is funny. As long as it's a guy. As long as it's a big guy.
So, yeah.
See, he got molested when he was a child. That's a great gag.
Yeah. If you want to know more, look up Vince McMahon sexual assault on Google, and you can find out more history of Vince McMahon and his...
Yeah, we're not going to get bogged down on this show with like how bad he is. It's just funny that these are the jokes that are in here.
Clearly going... Yeah, no. Look, he's going to hell when he dies.
Yeah.
It's very, very clear. That's all we need.
Him and his mustache that he grew to try to look less creepy, and it made him look creepier.
Oh my god, his like 1930s pedophile.
Yeah, he looks like a pervert Walt Disney.
100%. That is exactly what he looks like. He looks like Walt Disney, who's also into the racism, but also into, creeping on kids who probably came to his amusement park. So
that's why he made the amusement park.
Yeah. So, huh?
That's why he made the amusement park.
Yeah. So, Cena disposes of Dozer and Deathstroke in a way that you think would be entertaining and have a good, fun fight or action scene, but no, it sucks.
He's just playing. He's just playing hitman like I do. He's just like choking somebody out and then hiding them in the same place and just kind of like waiting in one place for like the. God, he is the shittiest Marine. He is a shitty Marine.
Mm-hmm.
He's just shitty. He's
the few, the proud, the shit.
Yeah, the few, the proud, the boring. But yeah, this is the
Semper suck.
Yeah, Semper suck. Semper suck. Yeah, so he just has like a boring like wrestling body slam fight with them underneath the bar. That none of them upstairs hear because they start playing like a nice little blues riff and then they cut over it with their shitty stock music.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I think probably a big part of the terrible fight scenes is that John Cena literally, again, had 10 days to prep for this movie, so he probably had no fight choreography.
No, Cena is so uncomfortable in this movie. He looks like he's just like, they're like, well, okay, just be the Marine here. What our version of a Marine is. And he's like, okay, guys, but that's really not what I do. I really think
the only time he seems
should probably inject some
is when
charm in here or something.
The only time he seems comfortable is when he's running through the woods, because all he has to do is run, and that's it.
Thankfully, that's most of the movie for him. So
yeah, so a good 40% of his movie experience is running without having any dialogue, and it works for him in that part. So after the cop reveals that he's in on it, and they have a standoff, Cena runs, grabs the guy, uses him as a human shield. Robert Patrick unloads an entire clip in the cop, and then the shack blows up too. This is the third small business that is blown up in the past 10 hours during this. That guy is gonna come in like, oh man, let's open up this crab shack and or whatever fucking shack, this crawfish shack.
It's the Simpsons milk truck joke.
Yeah.
Like when the flame hits, like 3 trucks blow up and then the flame hits a milk truck and it blows up. That's what this movie is.
This bar shack is blown up. The gas station, which was an independent gas station, not like an Exxon or anything like that, has blown up. So, yeah, no. So it blows up. Dozer and Deathstroke were both underneath it at the time, so we're assuming they got blown up to shit and are now dead. And then one of these fucking fanboat cops comes up and sees Cena and is like, hey, put your hands on your head, rightfully, because he has no idea who he is. And Cena replies, I'm John Triton. Again, that's not a fucking answer, man.
What? This, oh god, it's just such a it's just such a 14-year-old. Not even a 14-year-old. A 14-year-old would be too mature to write this movie. A 12-year-old, what they think a Marine is. Because back when I was 9, 10, or 11, we thought Navy SEALs were essentially like Jesus. So it was oh, that's a Navy SEAL. He's got to be above reproach and above the law. So the same thing goes for the Marine.
So the cop who's clearly 55 in the last 3 weeks before he goes on his pension tries to arrest Cena. It does not go well. He ends up handcuffed and left on the side of the swamp where he's probably going to get eaten by one of those gators that we saw early, because Cena doesn't even radio in to say, hey, there's a guy left here. He just drives off in his fucking fan boat, leaving this poor bastard to get eaten by gators, maybe bitten by a rattlesnake. He's definitely going to be killed.
He should have just told him he was a Marine.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a Marine. That guy probably would have just dropped his gun and saluted him.
The guy was handcuffed. Put him in the fan boat. You're not going to be using it the whole time. At least give him a chance to get away from
he already
this
saved one cop.
wreckage.
Everyone gets one. He already saved one cop. You can't save all of them.
Yeah.
Because he gently takes that one cop out of the Camaro and lovingly puts him on the ground.
At this point, we're down to Robert Patrick's side piece who's with him, and John Cena's wife, who is still a hostage, because even though John Cena literally said, I don't care about the diamonds, I just want my wife, he won't give him his wife. Just give him your wife, man.
Just give him... Well, I mean... So... Robert Patrick is clearly, mentally ill, so, you can't really blame him.
Yeah, no. So, in order to escape, they decide to steal the most inconspicuous vehicle you possibly can. A tractor trailer. A semi...
We're coming up on
Thankfully,
the only
Robert Patrick knows how to
movie.
drive a truck stick shift, so yeah,
We are coming up on the only reason to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Really, you could just fast forward to this part.
So Robert Patrick steals the truck, goes to go meet a guy who's dropping off another car for him to steal. John Cena magically makes his way to this place. And so Patrick's driving, Cena jumps on the back of the truck, this leads to my favorite scene in the film. I think you know exactly.
Because I have it in my notes, and I was saying this is the only reason to watch this movie. He reaches in, grabs a handful of side piece, pulls the lady out and throws her in front of a bus that immediately hits her. She goes through the windshield.
She goes through the windshield, and then the diamonds, which she had in her pocket, get covered with her blood and look like blood diamonds.
Yes, because art. Because high art in the WWE movie. Oh my god!
I wrote in my notes, okay, that scene actually was
the fucking bus. Like I was just like, it's not enough, but I appreciate that you guys gave me at least this.
It's so funny. The look on her face of just, and then the blood diamonds themselves are just, it's beautifully done. It's fucking hilarious. Now imagine you're on the fucking back of a Greyhound and you're just like, and then that.
Imagine if you're that poor bus driver. How the hell is he gonna explain that? When this, like, seriously, the second she went through there, he should have been like, "What the fuck?"
His explanation is to put John Cena on the phone, and John Cena's just going to say,
"It's okay, I'm John Triton." Oh, he's John Triton. Who's John Triton? He's a Marine. Oh. Most Marines that, like, I'm like, I have 2 cousins that are Marines. Most Marines are just kind of like crayon eaters. I mean, like, they're like, it's...
The next time you ever get in trouble for anything, I want your reply to be, "I'm John Reimann," and then just not say anything else and leave.
They just immediately tase me or pepper spray me or something.
So he's thrown the side piece through there. Robert Patrick decides to drive through like 5 different buildings with Cena clinging to the side, and Cena does not get knocked off at all.
At this point, it's just like Robert Patrick does something like that. You're like, okay, he's just gonna do something absolutely crazy.
At this point, he's lost his side piece and the diamonds, and he knows that, so he's just in vengeance. Yeah. He does not give a fuck. And, like, he was dumb and unhinged to begin with. Yeah. So
he's an idiot.
Driving
he's
through
an
there.
Idiot.
Yeah. He drives the semi-trailer into, because I guess this is like it's some type of like
it's like a dry dock for like a marina.
Yeah, dry dock. So he drives it right into a bunch of oxygen tanks, which all explode. So another small business has been destroyed in this reign of terror.
Destroying more small businesses than the current president.
And then the trailer goes off of the dock and into the water. The wife is handcuffed to it, so she's going and sinking and trying not to drown, while Cena and Robert Patrick have a pretty decent ass fight, I'll say.
An unbelievable
Robert Patrick pulls
one.
out
I was like,
an unbelievable one, yes.
Absolutely not.
Robert Patrick pulls out a chainsaw and tries to go for Cena's head, and Cena pulls out the biggest fucking wrench you have ever seen and just blocks it.
He borrowed it from the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. So he blocks it. They keep fighting back and forth. Cena gets, I think, like maybe 500 pounds of burning rubble dropped on him. Rolls out of the way. It lands all on top of Robert Patrick's frame, and he's just completely
face first because he's looking up at it.
Face first. So then Cena dives in, breaks the handcuffs free, brings the wife up, does CPR, and stops to make out with her and says, "Don't go," and then goes back to doing CPR.
Were you like me and like, I really hope she's dead? Like, wouldn't it be, like, a great twist? Like, what if she's dead? Like, just fucking dead. Like, at the end of this
it would have been
shit-ass movie. That'd have been, like, an interesting way to end this shitty movie. And I thought maybe,
it would have been funny if it ended with her dying and then him getting shot by the police after he says he's John.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he finishes CPR and she wakes up, and I noted this, she doesn't cough up any water. Like she just is like, ugh. Like they didn't even just
like she's waking up from like a nap.
Like just give her a cup of water to go at least. Like that's the level of script supervision right there.
Oh, there was no script supervisor on this. What are you talking about?
There's no script.
Yeah.
There's no script. So she wakes up, and then Robert Patrick comes out of the burning wreckage looking like No-Face instead of Two-Face.
Yeah.
He's just smoldering. He ropes Cena with like a chain, and Cena does this badass thing where he flips him over the back, ropes it around Robert Patrick's neck, and pulls down and breaks his neck. It's a pretty cool kill. It looks like something that Scorpion would have as a fatality.
That is the first Marine-like thing that this Marine has done in this movie, called the Marine.
And then you see the police in the background coming in. John Cena goes back to make out with his wife, and it's end credits because there's no way that they're going to give you any type of explanation as to what happens after this.
No.
Because Cena has to be in jail for the rest of his life,
He has
right?
to be. I mean, like, he's got to explain. So you took a police officer hostage, and then he was shot by the... and then you murdered this woman by throwing her in front of a bus.
You've blown up several small businesses.
She wasn't even pulling a gun on him either. He just reaches in there and yeets her into a bus.
How do you plead to the charges?
I'm a Marine. I plead.
I'm John Triton.
I plead Marine.
I plead. I'm John Triton.
State your name
Not
for
guilty.
the record. John Triton. Not guilty. How dare this man is a hero.
I want that to be illegal. I want that to be a legal precedent in future court cases. He pleaded John Triton. We've seen in the past the state versus John Triton that is a legal defense
if you
for
are
anything
John
and
Triton,
everything.
and most importantly, if you are also a Marine.
So that brings us to our final segment, the main event.
Oh.
Okay.
Typically,
So, typically, what we would be doing here is we would be having the current movie go against the previous champion to see which movie wins the championship belt. Since we don't have a previous movie, this movie is now our inaugural champion, as you can see by
unopposed.
You guys can't see it, but John and I both are looking at this beautiful, gorgeous world title that we have made. It's covered in diamonds. It makes the multi-million-dollar belt look like a pauper's belt.
Diamonds.
Yes, red blood-covered diamonds that are there. In future episodes, we're going to have the next movie go up against this one, since it's the current champion. I don't have any doubt that it'll have a pretty easy time defeating this paper champ.
Yeah.
So.
Jobber. we have to get a jobber. We have to get like a named white guy in a singlet. Like from like the 1980s, remember that? When they had those jobbers come out, and they would always wear...
This is the Brooklyn Brawler of champions.
No, he doesn't even get a nickname. He just comes out,
No.
Kyle Jenkins. And he comes out like with his headgear and his wrestling singlet, and just Dusty Rhodes body slams him through the thing in 5 minutes.
He's the local talent who doesn't even get to come out. He's already in the ring. There's no theme. He's already there.
Yeah, you don't get an entrance. Dusty Rhodes is just gonna shuck and jive and then get in the ring and just body slam you through the mat. 5 minutes.
So since we don't have a movie to put it up against and to talk and balance the movie against, what are just your final thoughts on the Marine?
I think we've gone, because we didn't have one, we went a little bit more in depth in the story than we're usually going to get on this, but because we just it's like, this Marine, he sucks. But I mean, the final thoughts on this is, like, I was explaining this to Tom, was actually recording a podcast with you, and it turns out I didn't know this. I was like texting both you and Tom as I was watching this piece of shit movie.
I stopped and I showed him the text. I was like, yeah, that's John right there.
Tom's like,
yeah.
It's you know, the worst thing a movie can do is be boring. And this movie was boring. I mean, like, we talk about some like crazy things, but the crazy stuff like is so spaced out and few and far between. Like, I mean, the best part of it's Robert Patrick, but none of the things that he does makes any sense. It's just like a series of nonsensical scenes, and Cena's barely in it. He's just running through the woods half the time.
The best part is Robert Patrick, but they don't give him enough stuff. Like, there's like, for every one thing that he does that might be funny, there's like 7 things they give him that aren't funny or just dumb and boring. The most entertaining part of this, I'm not joking, is the Drake. Like, by far. And that's like a 2-minute scene, and you could just find that on YouTube.
The Drake, like, or the bus. The
bus
thing.
Okay,
was,
that death is spectacular.
That bus
You're
thing
right.
was.
The
I
two
wasn't
best
expecting
things.
it, and like that was pretty funny. Just this like
I rewound
unsuspecting
that
lady
scene.
staring at diamonds, and then like this big meaty Cena hand comes in, yanks her out, and throws her in front of a bus, like Jason
I
Voorhees.
rewound that death like 3 times.
so did
when I was
I,
watching
man.
it. It was spectacular.
Oh my
like,
God.
Yeah, if you can find both of those scenes on YouTube, I would say just watch that.
Watch
You've
that,
got
and
the
then
best parts of these.
just search on YouTube "Best of Robert Patrick in the Marine," and then you've got it.
Yeah, it's a bad movie, but it's not bad enough to be entertaining. Like, there's going to be a lot of movies that we watch on here that are terrible movies, but they're bad in a way where it's like, okay, this is fun to watch. This is not that. It's more of a chore.
Yeah.
It's just...
And guys, don't worry.
Ugh.
We are going to watch No Holds Barred. We just didn't want to, like, blow our wad like the first episode. But that's like an example of a movie that's bad, but holy shit, is it amazing. This is not one of them. We
didn't want to start off with like They Live, because that would just, destroy the competition.
Even your best hitters in baseball
7
have
films.
like just around like a 300 batting average, which means that they're only hitting the ball a third of the time. That's pretty much going to be what this is as far as like crazy movies.
So I will say about this, I think with this, and you don't see it as much in Peacemaker, I think Robert Patrick should be doing some more comedy, because clearly he seems to have fun with it.
He's funny.
He's charismatic. He's charismatic enough to do it, and he is funny. Like, I think that's something he should probably lean in more.
He didn't phone it in. Like, I will say that for Robert Patrick, he didn't phone in his performance for this shitty movie. He was like, all right, yeah, I'll play a cartoon character, and that's exactly what he does. He is absolutely chewing the
scenery.
only entertaining part of this movie. He's the only the only saving grace in this movie was Robert Patrick, and I did not know he was in this movie until you told me he was, and I was like, really? They had a pre-Peacemaker thing? Yep. And he talked to I think it was on the Inside of You podcast, which I sometimes watch clips from. Michael Rosenbaum does. It's a pretty good show. It's like a better Joe Rogan, but he was talking fondly about it. He's like, oh yeah, I knew Cena for a while actually, and we always got along really well. He had a great story on there. He had a great story on there of years later, his son was a big wrestling fan, so he brought him to SummerSlam or something. And he
Cena
told that
did
story,
the thing where he slides out of the ring, pulled off his hat, put it right on the kid, and then just ran back. And he's like, my kid just exploded with that. So it's nice that they have that kind of cool relationship.
Yeah, I mean, and
clearly
you can tell why they have such a good chemistry in Peacemaker. I mean,
it was nice to see them later on where Cena is actually comfortable as an actor.
Well, they let him be Cena.
Too,
that is also the reason why this movie doesn't work, is because if you want to see a movie with John Cena in it, he is in this movie, but he's not John Cena. He's not John Cena. He looks so seriously. Just watch the opening thing with him in his dress blues. It looks like someone has his thumb in his ass. Just He's not funny in this. Cena has a good sense of humor, and he's great because in Peacemaker and Blockers and other things, one of the things that I like about Cena as an actor that I think he does way better than The Rock and a lot of other guys, he really doesn't have any ego in he can be silly,
look the butt of a joke, or be embarrassing or anything like that. And they take no advantage of any of his strengths.
in fairness, they probably didn't know it yet. But I mean, I'm sure he was that guy behind the scenes in the locker room at WWE. They knew he had some charisma, and they made him champion. They just didn't. They're just like, well, we wrote this for Stone Cold. And I was like, I can't even see Stone... And apparently Stone Cold couldn't even see Stone Cold in this movie. So it's just like...
And, like...
Ugh. You know, like, what is this? I mean, and talking about The Rock, as far as, like, wrestling stars go, I mean, him and Batista are way better than The Rock. Because they can make themselves be silly on camera. And make themselves kind of the butt of the joke.
The Rock's ego has gotten in the way of him doing a lot more interesting work than he could with character stuff. Because, like, he did the Get Shorty sequel, Be cool, and he has a lot of fun in that role, and he's really good. But
Pain and Gain
do too well.
Pain and
then
Gain.
He just stopped. Yes, Pain and Gain, and then he just kind of stopped. He's like, I just want to make a bunch of money and be he's very
Will Smith. He's very Will
aware
Smith
of what he's doing. Yeah,
he's more brand conscious than he is focused on actually doing something interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think like you can do that and still be fun. I think. Well, no, you can't actually. I mean, like you have to take some risks and. But yeah, that's getting far afield. The point is that this was not John Cena. This was not indicative of who we know he is now. At all.
Cena says, like, when he was talking about that thing where he brought up the Vince McMahon, giving him 10 days, he says, like, I'm a young man in my mid-20s. I love the life I'm leading. I'm riding a lightning bolt of live audience every night. I got thrown into cinematic creativity, which is very patient. It's a very slow process, and I just wasn't ready for it. And that's completely fair and aware assessment of his performance in that movie from like a Cena who has done a lot of way better movies since then, and has gotten way comfortable as an actor.
I mean, when they announced him being in the Suicide Squad, I was like, really? The Marine is in the Suicide Squad? And like I went and Peacemaker, he makes that movie almost. It's then the show comes out and it's great.
I had seen him in Blockers and some other stuff.
See, I haven't
before
seen
that,
Blockers.
So I knew he could do the Blockers.
That's what I've been told.
Complete egoless performance.
That's what I've been
told. A lot of shit there.
I've been told it's a good movie. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think this is a bad movie, and it's not bad enough to be entertaining. It's just such a
I wouldn't
it's just a waste of time. Like, I would not watch this. Just watch those scenes that we said on YouTube. This is not something that's great.
Yeah.
But it's our champion, our inaugural champion. It'll probably be dethroned by whatever movie we watch next.
Whatever. And we'll that'll be a surprise. It'll be a dark match. It'll be a surprise opponent. One time, I'm sorry. I have to tell this story about wrestling. Because I was on the wrestling team in high school, and we were on a bus on the way from a meet back to school. And the second the lights turned off in the bus, one of the guys on the team just screamed, "Dark match!" and punched this other guy in the head. It was one of the funniest things ever.
That is brutal.
Yeah. But yeah, wrestling is fun. Wrestling is funny.
Do you got any plugs?
Well, I mean, like, you are probably listening to this on the Gamefully Unemployed Network, so just head over there, and I do a semi-monthly podcast with my brother called Screenplay, which, Logan, you've been on several times and guest hosted while he was gone. We are currently we are playing a game called Immortality, which is by the guys that did Her Story, which is another game that we had done previously. But yeah, on Gamefully Unemployed, you can listen to great shows like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and the new Himboos, where he and Dave watch Supernatural. And you can go in their backlog of stuff. They always do like We Just Watched, their movie podcasts. And I think for just like $5 a month, you can join them on Patreon /Gamefully Unemployed. And they do movies and stuff every Friday night. So I would really and strongly encourage you guys to look at that. And you can follow me on Blue Sky @JohnnyRhymes.
Yeah. Also, check out Batical, which is
I almost forgot about
another
Batical.
podcast that Tom has been doing. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
for me, I am on Blue Sky at the Logan Trent. I also have a WNBA podcast with our friend Adam.
Oh, so excited about that
podcast network.
So excited about doing fantasy at WNBA. I'm so excited.
Yep. It's called WNBA.
It's a good show. I really like it.
We're doing a fantasy league this season, and John's joining. So yeah, check that out. It's gonna kick off more with the season that starts May 15th. So check that out. Also, don't commit genocide. Please don't do that. Yeah. That's kind of a no-no. Yeah. All right. So say bye, Johnny.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye.
Ring the bell.
Who will survive?